Understanding Undiagnosed Mental Health and its Unseen Battles, Behind the Mask. In a fast-paced urban neighborhood, Tisha went about her daily life. She appeared to be a typical teenager, but beneath her smile, there was a growing sense of emptiness. She had started to distance herself from her family and hang around a bad crowd. Tisha's parents, caught up in their own struggles, failed to notice the signs of her inner turmoil. Meanwhile, in the quiet suburbs, Sabrina excelled in school and was on her way to college. Yet, she carried a heavy burden that no one else could see. Sabrina engaged in self-mutilation as a coping mechanism for her overwhelming emotions. Her parents noticed subtle changes in her behavior, but afraid of the stigma associated with mental health, they brushed it aside, hoping it was just a phase. In a serene rural setting, Jacob worked tirelessly on his family farm. He had always been the epitome of kindness and generosity, but deep within him, there were unresolved wounds. Memories of his mother's abuse haunted him, bubbling just beneath the surface. Jacob pushed these painful memories aside, determined to prove to himself and others that he was different. One day, Tisha's life took a dangerous turn. Feeling lost and seeking solace, she dropped out of high school and fell into the clutches of a dangerous crowd. The allure of rebellion led her down a destructive path, culminating in her arrest for drug possession. This incident sent shockwaves through her family, forcing them to confront the severity of her struggles. Sabrina's secret was eventually revealed when a fellow student stumbled upon her self-inflicted wounds. The school promptly intervened, issuing a warning that her behavior could not be ignored. The weight of this discovery left Sabrina feeling exposed and vulnerable, further isolating her from the support she desperately needed. In a heartbreaking turn of events, Jacob's inner demons resurfaced during a heated argument with his wife, Amy. Overwhelmed by emotions he couldn't control, he lashed out and physically harmed her. Amy, who loved Jacob dearly, was left in shock and reached out to her parents for help. It was a wake-up call that pushed Jacob to confront his past and the deep-rooted pain he carried. Tisha found herself in a grim prison cell, her freedom stripped away. It was within those cold walls that she began to face the reality of her situation. The harsh reality of prison life forced Tisha to confront her demons. Through therapy and support from fellow inmates, she started to gain insight into her undiagnosed mental illness. Tisha realized that seeking treatment was the only way to reclaim her life. Sabrina's warning from the school was a sobering moment for her and her parents. They realized that ignoring her struggles would only lead to further harm. Fearful of the consequences, they made the difficult decision to confront the stigma head-on. They sought out professional help for Sabrina, understanding that her well-being was far more important than any judgment society might impose. Amy was devastated and frightened by the violence inflicted upon her. She turned to her parents for guidance and support. They provided her with the strength to issue an ultimatum to Jacob: seek help or lose her. It was a pivotal moment for Jacob, as he recognized the immense pain he had caused and the urgent need to confront his past traumas. Tisha's time in prison became a turning point in her life. The therapy sessions and support groups opened her eyes to the underlying issues that contributed to her downward spiral. She began to unravel the layers of her undiagnosed mental illness, finding solace in the understanding and empathy of others who had experienced similar struggles. Tisha made the courageous decision to embrace therapy and rehabilitation as a path to reclaiming her life. Sabrina's therapy sessions became a safe space for her to explore the root causes of her self-harming behaviors. Through introspection and guidance from her therapist, she discovered that her actions were a result of deep-seated emotional pain and a lack of healthy coping mechanisms. Sabrina embarked on a journey of self-discovery, learning healthier ways to manage her emotions and embracing her vulnerabilities. Jacob, confronted with the ultimatum from Amy, reached a breaking point. He acknowledged that his anger and violent tendencies stemmed from the scars left by his mother's abuse. Determined to break the cycle, Jacob committed to therapy, opening up about his past traumas and working through the deep-seated anger that had plagued him for years. With each session, he began to grasp the importance of healthy communication and finding constructive ways to address his emotions. Tisha's dedication to therapy paid off. With the support of her therapists and newfound friends, she gradually rebuilt her life. She surrounded herself with a supportive community that understood her struggles and celebrated her progress. Tisha discovered her passion for art therapy, using her creative expressions as a powerful tool for healing. Her journey became an inspiration to others, reminding them that it is never too late to seek help and reclaim one's life. Sabrina's therapy journey was not without its challenges, but she persevered. Through therapy, she gained a deeper understanding of herself and the factors that contributed to her self-destructive behavior. With the help of her therapist, she developed healthier coping mechanisms and forged meaningful connections with others who shared similar struggles. Sabrina's newfound strength and self-acceptance empowered her to become an advocate for mental health, using her story to raise awareness and break the silence surrounding self-harm. Jacob's therapy sessions were a transformative experience. He confronted the demons of his past, finding the strength to forgive himself and heal from the wounds that had haunted him for so long. As he learned healthy communication skills and gained insight into his triggers, Jacob began to rebuild the trust he had shattered with Amy. With every step forward, he understood the importance of seeking help and breaking the cycle of abuse. Tisha, Sabrina, and Jacob's paths to recovery were marked by growth, hope, and resilience. They emerged from their struggles with a newfound sense of self and a support system that had learned the importance of recognizing and addressing mental health issues. Tisha became an advocate for mental health, using her own journey to inspire others. She dedicated herself to raising awareness and breaking down the barriers that prevent people from seeking help. Tisha's family, having witnessed her transformation, became advocates as well, encouraging open conversations about mental health within their community. Sabrina's journey inspired her parents to break free from the chains of stigma. Together, they worked to create a support network for families struggling with mental health challenges. Sabrina's college became a hub for mental health education and resources, ensuring that students had access to the help they needed without fear of judgment. Jacob, once haunted by his past, became an agent of change. He devoted himself to counseling programs for survivors of abuse, using his experiences to provide hope and guidance to others. With Amy by his side, they rebuilt their relationship on a foundation of trust, empathy, and healthy communication. The stories of Tisha, Sabrina, and Jacob serve as a reminder of the transformative power of seeking help, breaking the silence, and offering support. Through their journeys, they learned that undiagnosed mental illnesses can have detrimental long-term effects, but with understanding, intervention, and a commitment to healing, there is always hope for a brighter future. Thanks for watching! If you like stories like this, like and subscribe.